So, Blue 89.
C2.
If somebody could only listen to one record off of that whole album and maybe a couple of bars to get the full message of Blue 89.
89, C2.
C2.
Yeah.
What would it be?
It'd be okay.
Okay.
And I kind of harmonized and stuff. People was like, "Is that you singing on there?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like it's everyday pain. Pray to God I won't fall. Was taught to never fold. Hold your head and stand tall. One day it'll be okay. One day it'll be okay. Lately I've been feeling strange, taking everything to heart. People ain't the same. I'm ignoring when they call. One day it'll be okay. So that's what I did.
Hot.
Yeah, but it was a real personal song, and I was letting people know, everything going on with me and stuff too. Cause I know from like Instagram and every social media period, everybody likes to broadcast the good things. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's smiling. Everybody has on their best outfit. Nobody wants to keep it real in their life. That's not like that. You're gonna have you might have more down moments than you do happy moments, but people choose to display that. So I still want to let people know, even though that I'm getting more successful and I have better things and I have more money, that doesn't change the fact that I'm still losing friends, family members. I'm going through things internally as well too.
Yeah.
Growing up, gangbanging was so big. It didn't matter if you were a part of it or not. If you look like, I was always a taller kid, so I looked a little older than what I was.
Right.
Just being outside at the wrong time, you can lose your life,
Yeah.
And that plays mind tricks on you or something like that.
Right.
And I see a car pull up.
Right.
And, and then the stuff happens, but people become casualties all the time.
Hi guys, Fallon Davis here. You are in the break room and you are watching Get the Picture with AD and myself. So AD, what's going on?
I'm just working, man.
Working?
I've been partying for 5 days straight.
Partying?
Partying.
How you got time to party and you supposed to be bossing up?
Oh no, it work. It's also work.
Okay.
It's the promotion aspect of it. Make sure your music stays played in the club and basically my schedule just been, my daughter, studio, and club too.
Yeah, the past couple years it's been kind of crazy for you. A lot of hit songs and stuff like that. We're gonna get into that later. I know you've been doing a lot of work in the studio with YG. I know Wiz Khalifa you was in the studio with and stuff like that. But I kind of want you to tell the viewers, my viewers, just a little bit about yourself. I know you're from Compton and the West Side. As a matter of fact, why don't you tell me about the West Side sound? Because I hear you talk about that a lot. You say it's different.
It's the West Coast sound. I'm originally from Compton, California, and I grew up listening to, Tupac, DJ Quick, Easy, everything West Coast. And around high school, all the kids just started making our own sound, and that evolved to what we listen to now, which they call as the new West Coast sound. It's just higher up tempos.
Okay, so I have some cards here with the break room hashtag, and I have some photos that I picked from your social media account, and I kind of want you to look it over and just kind of give me a background on that photo.
Any of them? I'll just go in order.
Oh, you can pick the hashtag right there.
Let me see the hashtag. Wow.
Yes.
How you find this?
I do a lot of searching.
I believe this is Norbine High School.
Okay.
And the DJ called me and said, come do something for the kids. And that's what I came to. I look so whack in there, though.
No, I don't think you look whack. I think
so.
The reason why I picked this photo, because I find it real organic. I find it like, this is a point where maybe you were at your most pure, What happened during that day, though? Was there anything that was special that went on, or?
Around that time period, I started getting a lot of popularity that birthed my career and where it's going now. Being fresh off the porch and then getting a record and getting radio play was all new for me. I didn't know which way to go. Was it left, right? I didn't know what to do, but just the fact that, you put Blue 89 was my fifth mixtape. Okay. So, just imagine you throwing 5 shots out in years and you put in every dollar that you have into it, and then, out of nowhere, something happens for you. And then now everybody wants to meet you, be on songs with you, take pictures and do all type of things. So I was honored that day just for the kids for wanting me to even come to their
Did you get a lot of
it was fun.
So with that being said, like, how are you received? Like, you know, I know you're received in Compton, but like elsewhere, other cities, like how is that sound received?
It's the sound per se. When you go other places, I think at first people just think that we're just crazy people,
Right?
Because of the content that we put out. But you know, everywhere I go, people embrace me and they embrace the music and stuff too. So you know, I've been able to work with all type of people,
Right?
Who's like, you know, your sound is very dope and it's amazing and something different.
Yeah, because you not only does your sound different, you have a it's hard to okay, it's like you're like underrated to me. Like I feel like I've heard your music before, but I also feel like I haven't. So I'm like, so as far as like being out there with like other rappers, like you've been doing this for so long, I just want to know why you haven't. Why do you feel for yourself? Because I know this is like your 8th. Blue 89 2 is what your 8th.
I don't even know.
Mixtape. You know, that's amazing though, because a lot of people that say they're rappers and stuff, they don't even put out one mixtape.
Nope.
You know, and they say, oh, I'm a rapper. You put out 8 and you still pushing.
What
would you say to other guys that's out there trying to do what you're doing, but they might want to give up? Like, what would you say to that? Because clearly you're not at where you want to be, but you're making waves to get there.
I mean, you know, it's always harder being an independent artist as well. So, you know, we've always had people come to us with offers and label things and everything like that. I'm not going to break down all the statistics, but, you know, if you put yourself in a bad situation, it's not worth it to even do music if you're going to be messed up in the long run. So, you know, we've gained momentum and continue to gain momentum over the years and throughout the tapes and the projects and things of that nature. And like the numbers, they just keep getting bigger. And we're doing it independent, no label backing us, nobody giving us any money or anything. Yeah, we started off with couple $20, $30, and you know what I mean? Is
What do you think is the key though? What do you think is the key to making some noise? If you're new and you're out there,
you have to touch the people, and you know that's why it's important to go to the clubs and support the DJs in the city and go places and just build those relationships, networking, especially being an independent. You know, with a label, they can make a lot of the moves for you. They have their contacts, and you know when you're on your own, it's up to you to meet people and to bridge connections and make that gap.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh,
right there at the end.
Let me see this one. This is a good one too. So this was about, I want to say a week or two ago.
Okay.
And Wiz, that's my brother right there. He look out for me a lot. We got a real good relationship. But our relationship, we joke on each other all day.
Okay.
And like we really, like when we see each other, we try to come at each other's necks all the time, like every time. And I ain't gonna lie, usually lately he's been getting me.
Okay.
But I brought a little friend with me, and you know, me and Wiz versus Ricky P and the other homeboy, and we was just throwing insults at each other back and forth.
Okay.
But that's our relationship. Like I mean, even yesterday, I put an old picture up of me. He said I was 14 with no hairline. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Yeah, it's good though.
That's love. That's
if you can laugh with your friends, that's your real friend.
Absolutely, absolutely. So when did you first meet Wiz? Like your very first meeting?
I want to say like a little over a year ago.
Over a year ago?
Okay. I was at I went to the bowling alley with OT Genesis. That's my best friend. That's my brother. I went to the bowling alley, and you know I was always a Wiz fan.
Yeah.
And OT had music with him prior to this. And, you know, everybody said what's up to each other. I said, oh, what's up, mate? And he's just like, oh, I know you is.
Right.
He was like, you got some dope music. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I was like,
wow.
Didn't even know you knew who I was and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right.
You know, from there, you know what I'm saying? He just always giving me good advice and, you know, letting me know what I need to do and helping me as far as music and doing features and all that. Good guy.
Okay. You have like that even medium sound, which I really appreciate. I feel like you got like a little Ice Cube thing to you. You know what I'm saying? When I
that's
listen
what
to
everybody, they always say.
Okay.
With the aggression.
Yeah, with the aggression and stuff like that and the hype. But just even in the sound with your beats and everything like that, like it's still very current, but you can still like resonate with like that OG crowd. Because you almost OG, but you're not OG just yet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right, you ready for the next one?
Come on, bring it to me.
There you go, you just pull it out.
Let me see. Oh, this is dope right here.
Yeah.
So this one, we was at LaJarden Le Jardine, that's what they call it. It's a Hollywood nightclub. This day, I think this was my birthday party, actually. It was.
You look lit.
I was lit. So it was my birthday party / I think project release. I don't know. I don't remember. But mixed by Ali, that's Top Dog Entertainment. That's one of my close friends, good friends.
Okay.
He came. YG came and stuff too. You know, me and YG were good friends as well. And yeah, Wiz was there too that day. Everybody, we just had a great time that day. Okay. But this was a good night. And now, my eyes looked like.
You look like you're having a good time though, man.
I look like I had 30 shots.
Yeah, yes.
Which I probably did.
Probably did. You and YG have some history. Mm-hmm. Now, was there like a fight, or you guys were about to fight, or?
Nah, it was, like
a fist fight. I mean, not like
Nah, never that. Me and YG had mutual friends, and like around high school and stuff, we were all putting out music. Everybody was a part of different little cliques, and he was a part of one of like the popular cliques. Right. And I didn't know nobody from none of the cliques, but I wouldn't make a name for myself. So, I told the guys, I was like, give me a list of everybody's names and I'm gonna diss them. Right. So I just dissed everybody. He was one of the people that was on the list. And yeah, he was the only one to diss me back. So we didn't even know each other personally with each other. Right. We never ran into each other. But he dissed me back. And when he dissed me back, I thought that was dope though. I was like, all right, he ain't no punk. Right. Like everybody else, because I dissed a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he dissed me back, and we were going back and forth, just sending shots out to MySpace. But we had a mutual,
shout out to MySpace.
Shout out to MySpace. Even around that time, where I come from, I wouldn't care anyway. It's like I didn't know them personally. I didn't know who was gang banging. I just knew I came from my block. Right. And I didn't care. It was like come to the block. That's what it is. Right. But it was more fun and games, and what I'm saying, it helped me meet certain people and gain popularity for that, make my name too. So what I'm saying, you could say I helped him become who he is, and he's helped me become who I am. So it both works out. But we had a mutual friend, which was Ace. After that we connected, and what I'm saying, when his career started taking off, I was proud of him. I always supported him and stuff too. And then later linked up. He put me on his album. We've been doing music together ever since. I was with him the other day, actually. Oh, okay. So that was dope. You and YG, do you have anything else coming out? I know you did that one song. We just left the studio, so you should stay tuned for some more stuff from here. Okay. Yeah.
Go on and pick out another.
This one right here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
What is this?
That is.
Oh yeah, this is the. C2. Show y'all that. I went to Nordstrom's. I was like, I wanted to represent my life now, because before it was like I'm living in Compton, I'm on the block still, embodying the West Coast feeling, and it's like my life is not the same that it was when I first made the first Blue 89, and the Gucci is like a symbolism of more success. I can go to the store, I can buy certain things now, and I look like a more clean-cut man, look like I'm a little more successful, and it's just like a diary giving you my standpoint of where I'm at today.
So why Blue 89 C2 though?
I feel like the first time that I dropped the Blue 89, mind you, like I said, back then I was putting out music that I thought people would want to listen to, and I wasn't like digging deep inside myself. So we put out a whole bunch of mixtapes, and people weren't responding to it. We just trying. We was getting little to no help, and people wasn't listening to it. So when I came up with Blue 89, I just wanted to like give people the piece of me. I was like, I didn't care. They ain't listening anyway. So I don't care if they like it or not. I'm gonna put my heart and let you know where I come from. And Blue 89, when that came out, it changed my life. I started getting a lot of recognition. I got my first song on the radio, and from there, it birthed everything else, and it continued to go up.
And you got it's the same car, right? If I'm not mistaken,
no, it's not the same car.
Same color.
Same color.
Same car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, the first car was actually purple, and the photographer actually colored it blue. So this time it was blue.
Oh, okay. What do you think is the biggest thing that's changed in your life since you've been, moving these last couple of years? What's the biggest thing?
I mean, for one, location, and that makes that gets to play on your mind, and getting to travel. Like when I first made my first Blue 89, I wasn't traveling like that. I didn't go nowhere. I think Vegas was like as far as I would go.
Okay.
I was afraid of flying,
right.
so I didn't want to get on nothing until they said we're gonna give you some money to come
Right,
out of town.
you gonna
So
fly
I was
for the
like,
check.
I'm gonna fly for the check.
What is the biggest change for you?
I'll say the biggest change is just a mindset. Living in a different location, going overseas for the first time, going on tour, seeing different cities and hearing how other people are doing music and what they're listening to and incorporating that with my music.
Is there any like one song where, you know, it gives you the chills, or, you know, it made you go to a really dark place? It's like, you really had, like, the album helped you release that, you know?
Be Okay is one, and Seen It All too.
Seen It All? Okay.
Yeah, because, you know, through the last 3-4 years, like a lot of my closest friends have been just, you know, dying, killing each other.
How many?
A lot.
Damn.
I just came from a funeral the other day.
Okay.
I've probably been, the last 3-4 years, I've probably been to like maybe 14 funerals or something.
Dang.
Yeah.
Everybody you went to high school with?
No,
like,
not high school. I'm talking
just
about people that I grew up with my whole life on my block, like 14, 15.
Okay.
I've been, it's just, it was just raking up, and, you know, I take a real emotional toll on you. Yeah. You know, my grandmother passed away. That was the biggest influence of mine. Mm-hmm. When she passed away, I had her house, and my family, you know, chose to sell it. I'm glad they sold it, because I said, you know what? I don't want to be here no more.
Right.
You know, I'm never going to elevate. Music's never going to elevate
Right.
if I stay in this cage. And I felt like I couldn't breathe.
Right.
So I had to, you know, move. And as soon as I moved, that's when the bodies start dropping.
Wow.
And I know God put that in my mind,
Yeah.
like, you got to go.
Yeah.
Because if not, I probably would have been a casualty as well, too.
Casualty, out there with your friends, something you never
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
just hanging around, being the same way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's real. You know, at times it gets like real sad and things of that nature. But
Right.
you know, that's what makes me want to work harder, because I got friends that believed in what I do. So I owe it to them to give 110%. All right, this day, you know, my manager here reached out. You know, we were trying to get features. You know, being a new artist, it's almost impossible to get bigger features and things. And my manager, he reached out to Paul Wall, and Paul Wall said he agreed to do the song. We was like, oh man, we got a song with Paul Wall. Like, you know, Paul Wall, you know, was on Kanye's album. That's the guy I like, man. Swisher House, that whole era with Mike Jones and him, he was super huge, and still a good guy, real good guy, still doing his music. Yeah, he agreed to do the video. He came to do the video, and then real good guy, turned up. And then actually Rob Kardashian, which is a good friend of mine too, he came and bought his car. He bought his Ghost he had at the time, driving me around with Paul Wall and the Ghost. Shooting this music video, yeah. So shout out to Rob too. That's my boy.
So you in the hills now? You Hollywood or something like that?
I'm
super Hollywood.
No, you know, I'm just saying. I'm in the valley. I'm ducked up.
Okay. Shout out
I'm
to the
living
valley.
different. Let's say I can walk to Starbucks now.
That's beautiful.
I can walk around the corner.
Isn't that great? Life's beautiful.
The little things like that, I take advantage of, because I'm like, man. I remember you know, my daughter would be like, "Can I go ride my bike outside?" I'm like, "Nope."
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's happening.
Of course.
Somebody can be driving through and all that. So,
Right.
you know, now I look forward to walking to Starbucks or walking. I mean, not too long ago, I walked like 2 miles around the neighborhood.
Okay.
Just because I couldn't do stuff like that
Right.
back then. So,
Yeah.
most of my life.
So that's good. How old is your daughter?
About to be 9.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, is that the? Yeah. I like this.
Okay.
Song.
Okay,
Tell
so
me.
like I told you guys before, I wasn't giving 110%.
Okay.
And, you know, this is a representation of what I'm doing now. I'm not playing. So I've been in the studio knocking out 4 or 5, 6 songs a day. I didn't even know I can do that type of music. Has been incredible. And,
Okay.
you know, just for this, I think this day I went to the studio, I made maybe six songs.
Okay.
And I said, we need something for the new year. I want to crack it off, because we're going to have a lot of projects coming out, a lot of collaboration projects, a lot of everything. It's a lot of big stuff.
Right.
And, you know, I wanted to give everybody where my mind was and let them know I'm a current event guy.
Okay.
So I might rap about this interview,
Right.
you know what I mean, and talk about this next week and put it out.
Right.
But,
Right.
yeah, the day and a half before this came out, I made this. And we
Okay.
sent it right in. And got
Very
it.
cool. Very
Yeah,
cool.
shout out to Let Us by the Pound. He's a new producer is about to make some waves. We making some good music right now. Even like the content of my music, you know, I don't like to put negativity in it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it real because, you know, I know there's kids that look at us like superheroes, really, and whatever we tell them to do, you know, they may go, they'll do it. So if I'm preaching death and gang violence and all type of things, kids that look up to me, they're gonna want to join the gang. They're gonna want to go shoot and kill somebody, and then that falls back on me. And you know, I'm living in Hollywood now. You know what I mean? I'm still from the streets. I still have that mentality, but I'm not on the main line no more. I'm doing, you know what I mean? I'm raising my daughter. I'm in the hills somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
And it's wrong for me to rile up a little kid who's living on the block and, you know what I mean, might get knocked down tomorrow. I don't.
So that's really good to hear.
It's influences, because if you could be a positive influence on a kid's life and they'll do positive things. Yeah. You know, you could be a negative one and they'll go to jail or they'll die and they'll do something like that. And I'd rather be a positive influence for the children tomorrow.
So if you had an opportunity to start this all over, how would you do it? Would you do it the same way you were doing it? Like as far as like your branding and your music, or what kind of things would you change? I
don't think I would change anything because, you know, I had a lot of learning that I had to do, and not just musically, just myself, you know. I had a mentality, I was like real caged in. And one thing that people don't understand, you know, even Los Angeles may be big, but it's so small in terms of the world. Right. And, you know, I was in Compton, you know, all I knew was my couple of blocks and corners. I didn't even go to Inglewood, Beverly Hills, none of that stuff. Right. You know, and I needed to learn how to transition my mind elsewhere before I made it any further in the industry. Because I feel like if I did make it in the industry early on, I wouldn't have this mindset. I wouldn't be giving 110%. Right. I'd probably be spreading more evil in the world than good. Okay. So I think now that, you know, things are going great for me now and things are getting way better and bigger very fast because I think I got that mindset now and God has me ready for everything now. I got my spiritual armor on. I can duck and dodge. And
you can see it coming.
I can reason. I used to not be reason. I was tearing up the clubs. And, you know what I mean? Yeah. Now I can be reasoned with.
You get older, you know.
Yeah. I feel like we're making the most noise, and we've been making the most noise, and we're going to continue to make the most noise.
I like that. So, guys, we were in the break room with AD. This is Get the Picture. AD, thank you so much for talking with me and interviewing with me. I had a great interview with you.
Thank you.
And we'll talk to you guys soon. Make sure you leave comments and you subscribe. Talk to you later.